Wake Forest, North Carolina is arguably one of Raleigh's best suburbs, but there are some things you have to know about it before settling on specifically where to live. So here are 5 major things to consider before moving to Wake Forest. And I've got some critical advice for those commuting out of Wake Forest to save you time. First up, Wake Forest is large and it's very spread out. So you need to know the general layout of Wake Forest for both its neighborhoods as well as your everyday needs. The town limits of Wake Forest is large by itself, but Wake Forest addresses extend from Falls Lake all the way to where it meets Roseville. And as you can imagine, you will have quite a different experience if you live on one side of town than the other, especially when it comes to traffic, which we will review in a later section. The core of Wake Forest is Highway 98, as it will take you from one side to the other. Much of the main development is based in and around Highway 98, as well as US1 running north to south. There are multiple developments along Highway 98, but the bulk of the stores for your everyday needs revolve around the Highway 98 and US1 intersection, where there's a Target, Sam's Club, and more, along with a variety of restaurants. This is also where much of the new commercial development is centered around. Beyond that area, there are a couple larger shopping centers along US1, but the other main areas of development surrounds US1A and Rogers Road through Heritage. There's a Walmart, tons more restaurants and grocery stores, and the massive factory is a youth sports dream with some cool entertainment options as well. Downtown Wake Forest is classified as a historic downtown and has maintained a small town feel. There are more local restaurants in this area, but as a whole, there isn't a lot of major development going on around downtown to maintain its historic feel. With that groundwork laid, let's take a look at the types of neighborhoods you can find in the different locations. Surrounding downtown, you'll find many older and more historic neighborhoods, with most being in the range of $200,000 to $400,000. But the true historic section will have beautiful and unique homes that are more in the range of $750,000 to $1.5 million on average. On the north side of downtown, there's a mixture of new and more established neighborhoods, and they are generally in the price range of $300,000 to $500,000. Moving east of downtown, you'll find quite a bit of new construction, highlighted by the massive community of Traditions that has amazing amenities. While Traditions has homes that are a little bit higher priced in general, both the new construction and existing neighborhoods on the east side have homes mostly in the $300,000 to $600,000 range. To the south, Wake Forest's 2 most popular neighborhoods reside here in Heritage and Holding Village, which are both massive neighborhoods with homes generally ranging from $400,000 to over $1 million. There is a very similar theme as you move further south as well, but there is a newer neighborhood in Stonewater that has more luxury-style homes generally over $1 million. Southeast of the US1 and Highway 98 intersection are neighborhoods in the $400,000 to $500,000 range, and oddly enough, on the west side of US1 is the massive neighborhood of Wakefield, which is actually within the city of Raleigh. Wakefield is a country club community and has homes in the $300,000 to $400,000 range, all the way up to $5 to $6 million. Moving to the western side of Wake Forest is where the prices really begin to rise, as it has been targeted by many builders and developers for luxury neighborhoods. There are a ton of them, and they've continued to build and build. This area does have some more established neighborhoods with homes under $1 million and larger lots, but you will find many neighborhoods with $1 million to $2 million luxury homes and 3/4 of an acre or more on lot sizes. The Hazen Tree community is further west of Wake Forest and has one of the nicest country clubs in the entire triangle. Hazen Tree does have home prices for under $1 million, but many of its homes are large and luxurious, and they're between $1 million to $4 million. So that's a high-level view of neighborhoods and home prices around Wake Forest. If you want to learn more about these neighborhoods, check out our video on the best neighborhoods of Wake Forest. And if you want to see homes anywhere in Wake Forest or beyond, we would love to help you. The discussion surrounding neighborhoods is usually followed by a discussion on the schools. Wake Forest is in the Wake County Public School System and generally has great schools, highlighted by the highly sought-after Heritage Elementary, Middle, and High. To get into Heritage schools, you will need to live in the Heritage neighborhood. There are a couple exceptions, but overall, the popularity of the schools really drives up the demand for the Heritage homes. For those in the center of Wake Forest that aren't districted to Heritage, many will go to Wake Forest Elementary, Middle, and High, while some may be assigned to elementary schools like Richland Creek and Jones Dairy. As you move further west, you'll find a mix of Wake Forest schools as well as Wakefield Elementary, Middle, and High School. Now, one thing Wake Forest is really strong in is their charter school options, which require you to apply for and get chosen through a lottery system to attend. Forest. But there are excellent options like Franklin Academy, which is K through 12, the Science and Math School of Envision, Endeavor, and Wake Prep. Some go through high school while others don't, so you'll want to plan for future years as needed. Now, what is there to do in Wake Forest to keep you entertained? Well, I will tell you what it's not. And that's a town that will keep you entertained until 2 a.m., as there are only a handful of bars that stay open late. But there is still plenty to do, especially for families. For restaurants, you'll find any and every chain restaurant in Wake Forest, mostly surrounding the Highway 98 and US1 intersection. The more local restaurants are mostly found around downtown. Downtown itself has some really great restaurants and a really popular brewery in White Street Brewing. But don't expect a wild scene on a weekend night. There are some bars and restaurants that are open late and have cool atmospheres, but outside of those, downtown Wake Forest stays pretty calm most nights. There is the famous Friday Night on White music series that are held monthly from April through September, and there are frequently events held downtown during the day on weekends. Other fun places are Strike and Barrel, which has a ton of different indoor entertainment, and The Factory, which has laser tag, indoor sports fields, and hockey rinks, along with golf simulators. And while technically in Raleigh, the Wakefield Commons Shopping Center has a large indoor play space called Galaxy Fun Park, as well as the area's main movie theater. Wake Forest's best entertainment, though, comes with its outdoor offerings, where its Joyner Community Park is a star with large open fields, greenway trails, beautiful scenery, a unique playground for both young and older kids, and a new state-of-the-art community center. Flaherty Park has sports fields, a dog park, tennis, and another indoor community center as well. Holding Park near downtown Wake Forest just renovated its playground to a new sensory conscious design, and nearby Forest Ridge is technically in Raleigh, but has a dinosaur playground with disc golf, mountain bike trails, and walking trails to Falls Lake. Speaking of Falls Lake, you're within a short drive of many boat ramps and trails to walk, hike, and fish, and if you're just looking for a quick kayak session, the Wake Forest Reservoir is right up your alley. And the 26-mile Neuse River Greenway Trail that follows the Neuse River and begins on Falls Lake Dam is just minutes away. So there's a lot to do in Wake Forest, especially for those who love the outdoors. Now, this last category is essential to know, as Wake Forest's traffic both within the town as well as typical commuting has continued to get worse. Starting from within Wake Forest, the most congested area is in and around Rogers Road and Main Street, most specifically at both the Main Street and Heritage Lake Road intersections. Heritage and Wake Forest schools, as well as Saley's Academy, are all along that stretch and cause backups during typical school drop-off and pickup times, as well as during evening rush hour. You'll also find Highway 98 getting backed up heading towards US1 in the morning and away from US1 in the evenings. And Capitol Boulevard is always busy, but especially up near the Jenkins Road intersection as well as the Falls of the Neuse intersection. Now, commuting can be tough, but I do have some advice here in a moment. If you're going to go to downtown Raleigh or trying to get to I-540 to go elsewhere in the Triangle, most Wake Forest residents have to use Capitol Boulevard or Highway 401, which simply will get backed up. For those on the center or east side of Wake Forest, many will take Forestville Road or Ligon Mill to get down to Highway 401, and those roads get backed up partially due to mistimed traffic lights. And for those heading south on Capitol Boulevard, the Burlington Mills and Durant Road intersections get backed up for multiple cycles. And Highway 98 can get backed up going to Durham in the morning and returning from Durham in the afternoon. So how do you get around this? Well, if you're on the eastern side of Wake Forest, you don't have that many options, honestly. However, for those on the western side, you have quite a few road options. For going downtown, my favorite is taking Old Falls of Neuse Road to Falls of Neuse and ultimately making my way to Litchford, then to Atlantic Avenue. You're able to avoid much of the traffic that way. And if there are accidents or major traffic jams, you have the option to use Six Forks Road as a detour as well. In my opinion, while the western side of Wake Forest is further from major shopping centers, the options you have for back roads when it comes to commuting provides a lot of flexibility. To learn more about Wake Forest's best neighborhoods, check out these videos linked above. Thank you.